Good day to everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by and joining me for this reading. We're going to do a general reading today, or this morning, or whatever time of day it is for you guys as you're watching this. I have pre-shuffled card decks. And we're going to start with our first oracle deck. Hope your day is finding you well. Wrapping up this week. We have growing corruption in the reverse. What message do we have for our collective, for our divines? What lessons do we need to learn? Which demons do we need to slay? Severing ties in the reverse. Alright, omniscient agent in the reverse. Sorry, I'm just going to shuffle these a little more. Prepared for the next round. Alright, on to our next deck. What do you have for us today, universe? We have safety in the reverse. Alright, somebody is definitely cutting ties with someone or some people or something. Secrets in the reverse. Someone uncovering secrets. Convenient in the reverse. Page of Swords. All right. Three of Cups. Nine of Cups. Alright, one more round of these cards real quick. So next to growing corruption in the reverse. What is this? Are we talking about someone turning away from corruption, corrupt ways, or are we talking about someone who's flipping corruption on its head, or somebody who's surrounded by corruption but doesn't agree with it? What are we talking about here? We've got external forces. All right, severing ties, but in the reverse. What do we got here? Becoming aggressive. Next to omniscient agent in the reverse, we have flash messages in the reverse. Quite interesting. Let's see what else we've got so we can finish this out. Under safety reverse, we have transmutation. Under secrets in the reverse, we have reparations in the reverse. And then we have temptations right here under convenient in the reverse. What do we have next to this Page of Swords? We have the Queen of Pentacles. and the Three of Cups, and now we have Judgment in the reverse. Right under reparations in the reverse. And then we have the Fool card reversed. I feel like there's someone here who's turned their pain into profit. That doesn't necessarily mean financial profit, just some type of abundance. You've transmuted the pain that you've gone through, and you're benefiting from it in some way. It's probably whatever work that you do or whatever you're putting effort into right now, and it's probably something to do with either you helping people that were in a similar situation as you were, or something to that nature. So with the growing corruption in reverse next to the external forces, it just gives me the idea that you're somebody who's never agreed with corruption, someone who's aimed to work against it because you were a victim of this corruption in some way. So in our next section we have the severing ties but reverse, becoming aggressive, secrets and reparations in the reverse, and judgment in the reverse. We do have the Three of Cups here. I feel like this definitely involves your family members and loved ones, whoever you were raised with. There is something that they were doing here but behind the scenes that is no longer a secret, at least not to you. They really tried preventing you from cutting ties with them. And it looks like because you spoke some kind of truth. You spoke against something, like you brought it to light. Something, I don't know if it was something they were doing, or something they were involved with. But they were depending, whatever this was that they were keeping secret that they were doing, that was either illegal or unethical. That's what they were banking on. That's what they were banking on to provide everything for them. So whatever activities this is, they depended on it for financial stability. And in their own minds, for love and abundance too. And they were expecting, they were really, I don't know, they really felt, let's look at our next section. We've got omniscient agent and flash messages in the reverse. So they definitely do not have connection to source. If they did once, they no longer do. I mean, you've got convenient here in the reverse as well, which just indicates to me that they don't have the instant access to infinite wisdom and source. They just don't. They're definitely susceptible to temptations. Which, I mean, if you're doing unethical things behind the scenes, then you're in your ego and you are going to be susceptible to a temptation. Because you're dependent on something else to make you happy. But we do have Nine of Cups here with blessings, right beside the Fool in the reverse. Alright, so let's ask some questions and get some details. Alright, so what kind of corruption are we talking about here anyway? What are they doing behind the scenes, or what were they doing behind the scenes that was either illegal and or unethical? creating connections. Sleep deprivation. Looks like they were getting very desperate at the end too. Like, aside from you walking away, I think they were already struggling to continue whatever it is that they were trying to do. I saw keeping bad company. Driving Miss Crazy. In the reverse. Sorry, I forgot. Obviously y'all can see it's in the reverse, but this is something to do with sales. So, what are we selling here exactly? Of course. I'll take this one. It's condescension. Condescension. Sorry. I've got global aspect here as well. What are you guys selling? What are these people trying to... The High Priestess. Oh man. See, I was feeling it too, and I was just hoping that it wasn't what it is. Alright, so with the High Priestess here, we're talking about spirituality. Whatever your family was trying to sell to the masses is something along the lines of like false prophecies, false spirituality, doing it for the clout, not for the people. That's what's going on here. So is this more like, I'm curious, is this more of like a preacher, like religious deal, or more spiritual? I mean, either way, it's, you know, it's kind of spiritual, but I'm curious because I just get like a preacher energy. Ideas. Page of Wands. Yeah, this is some kind of prophet. False prophet. It's just a false prophet. And I'm getting this is a female, this is a woman. So I don't know if this is your mother or somebody close, female in your family who is out here giving false prophecies for the clout. Alright, I see, and she's not letting this go. She won't let this go. Like, she really feels like she's in the right. She really believes that she's some, I don't know if does she really believe she's a prophet? Or does she know that she's just, I mean, is she a wackadoodle? Or is she level-headed and, you know, misleading people on purpose? We have the World in reverse. I told you, she does not want to stop. She does not want to stop. I'm getting the idea that it's about power. It's the power that she feels from being able to, I don't want to say necessarily manipulate people, but I mean that is what you're doing if what you're saying is not true. Ooh, she is power hungry, boy. Power hungry. She does not want to let this go. She's made a lot of money with this. She's very well known. Like I said, we've got a global aspect here. So the work that she's doing is not just in this country or it's not just in one country. Let me rephrase. She's quite, I mean, we know she's aggressive, right? But I feel like she's also teetering on abusive. Unless we just want to call it for what it is and just outright abuse, you know. Like she's got a silver tongue. And the words that come out of her mouth really, really severely hurt people. And I feel like you are definitely one of those people. Like God is not coming in to save her. We've got Judgment card in reverse, Omniscient Agent in the reverse, which I'm picking up as source, flash messages of communication to source in the reverse, with no reparations that she really truly feels that she deserves. Like she feels like whoever is exposing her for being a false prophet, she really truly believes that she deserves, like if this were a part of the court system, she would be suing for defamation of character, and that could actually be manifesting that way. I'm just trying to give an example of at least the spiritual aspect of all of this. But God is saying no, nobody out here is about to pay the price for speaking the truth. You know, if you didn't want the truth exposed, you shouldn't have been operating this way. That kind of thing. I am curious, what are these temptations? I don't know. I'm getting the sense that maybe she's addicted to something. We have burn notice in the reverse. She doesn't want to let this go. She's still not trying to let it go. Procrastinating priorities in the reverse. What is this temptation here? Foresight. So, I know this sounds this is crazy. This is crazy. All right, so she calls herself a prophet, but she's a false prophet. And she actually goes to other people, other practitioners, other spiritualists for foresight. Like, she has to go to someone else. And she is still going to someone else. Bro. She keeps doing this because every energetic reading, anyone she's talking to is giving her the same response. That this is not going to work in her favor. And even if she chooses to lash back at whoever exposed her, there's going to be huge consequences to pay. And she does not like this story. So she thinks that by continuing to get readings that eventually she's going to pop up with a good reading that benefits her. It's just not happening. Like she's really addicted to trying to look into the future through other people. Like she's not giving this up. She wants to hold her position. She wants to hold power. She wants to feel powerful. Like she can move about the world in any which way she wants because people will listen to her. She does not want to let this go.
Power off.
But people are telling her that this is it. This is no more. This is the beginning of her downfall. Ultimate downfall. Because the fact of the matter is, once God makes a judgment on something, then you know that he gave this person ample opportunity, ample messages for her to turn around and make things right. But she chose not to. And even now that the downfall has begun, she just is not letting this go. She's not letting this go. All right, so more about you, Divine. Like how I understand, what she's going through and everything, but how does this pertain to you and your life? Like I feel like your energy tells me that you're an innocent soul born into this. Like you've known all along the difference between right and wrong, and you knew all along the difference between truth and lie. And you've had many encounters with her. I feel like, especially as a teenager, like she would call you out, or I'm sorry, you would call her out on her BS and the contradictions within her statements, etc. And she became abusive. Like she's slapped you. Like I'm seeing that so clearly right now. She has slapped the fuck out of you. Out of conversation because something you said, some truth that you spoke, she could not handle it. And she's a yeller. Like she likes to yell and scream and like just be mean and spit evil, hurtful things at everybody, really. It doesn't even seem like it's you. It seems like the people that work closely with her, she's a bitch to them. Like it's just a straight up bitch. So I'm just curious, were you part of, exposing her? We have Knight of Pentacles. So no, I don't feel like you were, at least not solely responsible for exposing her. This actually came about on its own. But I do see that there's definitely been communication between you and the people she's worked with closely. Like you guys have had conversations behind the scenes about her behavior, etc. So it was definitely unanimous that this woman is just very mean, very ungrateful, completely unappreciative of every bit of work that people put in. Because I feel like her work team has done a lot to help cover up her aggressiveness so that the public wouldn't see her in that kind of light. They would continue to see her as some type of prophet. And they worked really hard to cover that. I mean, even up until the very end, it just got to the point where they can't, no one person can be with her 24 hours of the day. They can't, and even so, you can't force somebody to do or say things in a certain way, That's so stressful. That is so stressful. I can't imagine how her work team is just probably relieved right now that people are seeing her for who she is, because that means less work for them. Like their work is coming to a close in terms of having to keep up with this woman and hide this and that. I just get this huge sense of relief from all of you guys, from her family members to her work team. So that's really good to hear. That is really good to hear. And I'm getting the energy that this is a divine masculine that I'm talking to particularly. You might have siblings, but this is your energy coming through. This is your mother. It's definitely a mother figure, 100%. It's your mom. Could be adoptive, I don't know, but it's definitely the female that raised you. I'm also getting that she can't hold a romantic relationship because of her character. She's so aggressive. Like, the men that have come into her life, she scares away. But she's almost proud of this. Like, like I said, she really believes that every feeling she has, every word she makes is justified because she's a prophet. So if she says it, then it must be true, and it must need to be said. It must need to cut cords or whatever her intentions are. That's crazy. Well, dude, enjoy witnessing the downfall, because I know this is making so many people happy inside to watch her go down like this. And she's not going to give up. She will not give up. I'm interested to see, let's see if we can get something on what is she going to do once she reaches the bottom? Like, what is she going to do? We have Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Man, I mean, if she doesn't end up homeless, it's going to be a surprise. Like, this is like having to go work at McDonald's type of deal, which she probably won't do. I'm getting that she's probably going to try and convince somebody. Like, she's going to convince somebody to take her in, right? And it's probably going to be some new romantic love that doesn't know her or any of her background. Well, you know, I don't like to watch people fall from grace, but when it's somebody who is abusive and abusing their powers and out there manipulating people, not gonna lie, I do get a little bit of satisfaction out of it. I'm sure you guys are too. Alright, Divine Masculine, and everybody that stopped in to enjoy this reading with me, thank you so much for showing up. Please like, share, subscribe, or comment. I want to get to the point where I can actually do some live readings with you guys. That way I can get a better feel for your energy and just grow as a collective, you know? I greatly appreciate it, and until next time, goodbye.